Good morning, everybody. Dave Schmidt along with Matt Nestor and producer Tom Warner. If you've got your blinds open and you're laying in bed listening and looking outside, it looks nice. Just don't look down on the ground.
No, please don't.
No. And don't plan any picnics today.
No, not a good day for that
I don't
either.
think it's over with yet. So.
Where's my son's baseball team supposed to have a scrimmage today? I don't know if that's going to get in.
Hockey or baseball?
Right, exactly.
You know, there was a couple of things that popped up this week in high school sports and college sports locally that kind of disappoint you a little bit and kind of make you think and cause some little controversy. Well, you know, Laytwan Porter this week was indefinitely suspended from the basketball team. Right. He was stopped on a traffic stop. A couple of issues on there. Check it out on StatelineSportsHub.com. You can find out what it is. We're not going to bring up all that stuff. But it's one of those things you look at and you go, oh, my gosh.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know how to explain it without getting too much into the details. But, you know, kids, you got to be really careful.
Yep.
On how you handle your life, especially when you're in a spotlight like that.
Exactly.
And you're playing for a successful team. And, you know, Mark Montgomery, I have a lot of respect for that man.
Yeah.
He seems to do it the right way at Northern Illinois. So he'll take care of the issue.
He absolutely does. He comes from a good background. I tell you what, he you know, they had a winning record. They played it. I mean, it wasn't in the NCAA tournament or the NIT. They were in one of those smaller tournaments. But I tell you what, for NIU, that's huge. I mean, that's been one of the worst basketball programs for years, you know, in the country, you know, just never winning anything. And he's turned that into a winning program, thanks in large part to players like Laytwan Porter. They played a lot of freshmen this
very
year.
Young team, very young team.
Played a lot of freshmen, and Porter was one of them. And, you know, you hope it was a mistake and that he learns from it and moves on. You know, I think there was some either misinformation or people were just maybe misinterpreting some of the stories that were out there on this, you know, thinking that he was off the team or kicked out of school. And that wasn't the case at all. He's suspended indefinitely. And usually what that means is they're going to give him a second chance.
They'll wait till the court hearing.
Yeah, you know, wait to see what happens. But that probably means they're going to give him a second chance, you know, unless something goes bad at a court hearing. But you know, so hopefully he'll get an opportunity to bounce back and continue his education, continue his career, and those kind of things.
And learn from it.
And learn from it. That's the big thing, is you have to learn from it. And the key to the story is, though, I mean, nothing's guaranteed. I mean, you make a mistake like that and it can all be over, you know, because the story's not over. I mean, like I said, hopefully things go well and he learns from it and gets that second opportunity, you know, and can come back and can contribute in a big way next year. But, you know, there's always chances that maybe you don't. And you know, just like that. And that's what you hope the kids learn is to, you know, when you're in that spotlight like that, you just have to be careful about the situations you're putting yourself in. And, you know, like I said, I mean, everybody's going to make mistakes, and the key is you got to learn from them. It's not saying everybody's got to be perfect and those kind of things, but you just have to be careful when you're in that spotlight, because you know, things can end fast, you know, when you're in the spotlight like that.
It doesn't take long, does it?
No, it doesn't.
The Daily Chronicle reported that first out of DeKalb because they are in Northern Illinois campus there. And when I went to check the court files, because I like to have, you know, make sure that everything's good. I contacted the college, talked to them, and got that stuff. The disappointing part for me is that there was a couple incidents late in the summer and also around Thanksgiving that involved the same situation. And sometimes we make it to the point where we try to justify a kid having an issue, and sometimes that hurts them more than it helps them.
It can, you know, sometimes you have to maybe have a little bit of tough love. You know, you just, you know, we want to see him succeed. You know, I enjoyed watching him this year a few times on TV, you know, and being able to watch him play. You know, saw Pittman a few times. Obviously, we followed Fred Van Vliet. You know, you follow Brock Stoll, some of the other guys that are out there. So I obviously want him to succeed. I love what they're doing. I'd love for him to be a big driving force, which he was this past year, behind an NIU resurgence, you know, with the basketball program, kind of, you know, maybe do some of the things that they've been able to do with football with some of these young players. You know, so obviously we're in his corner. You want him to learn and move on and succeed. But yeah, you're right. Sometimes, you know, you got to have people behind him that can help him do those kind of things. You know, sometimes if you tell everybody that it's all right and things like that, you can almost damage them a little bit more than maybe if you do show a little bit of tough love. And I think that's what Coach Montgomery's doing there. He's showing them
he's at the right place, I would say.
Yep. I think he's showing them a little bit of tough love right now with the suspension and things like that. Because there are programs where something like that would get swept under the rug, and because let's be honest,
Louisville.
If they didn't suspend the player, the story probably wouldn't break the way that it did. I mean, it'd still be out there in public record, but if you don't suspend the player, it's probably not as big of a deal. So there's programs where something like this probably would just get swept under the rug. But you want the coach to maybe help the kid learn from this and move on and things like that. So I do think it's unfortunate that he was in the situation, but yeah, I do think that among the spots he could be in to maybe help learn from it and move on, I think he's in a great spot from that, and I think he will. I think he'll learn from this.
Because we understand Coach Montgomery also was just doing a little mentoring when he was still in high school.
Yeah, we've seen him in I saw him in situations where he was visiting some games and having some conversations. So, I think that he's in a good spot to learn from this and move on and hopefully become a better person from it.
Let's just hope it has a happy ending.
Yep.
Maybe say, hey, that was good. They took care of that. That's good stuff.
Yeah.
Another situation happened up in Wisconsin the other night. A couple of people Twittered, including the coach and our friend Josh Flickinger up at the Beloit Daily News about a situation with some racial comments being made towards a pretty diverse Beloit team that didn't happen very good, and it's kind of a sad thing, but I think a good ending probably is going to come out of all this.
Yeah.
It's hard to say that, but I think it is going to happen good.
Yeah, and there's no room for that at all. You hope there's some kind of punishment, whether it's for the school itself. You almost hate to see something happen to the team unless the team was partaking in some of that talk too.
I heard the team was not involved,
right?
From my sources.
But you'd hope maybe if they caught some of the kids that were doing some of that stuff, or the school itself gets some kind of penalty, because there's no room for that whatsoever. I'm all for kids having fun at games. Maybe coming up with some interesting chants, whatever. But there's no need to get personal. There's certainly no need to get nasty like that. Just no need, no room for anything like that. That's horrible when you hear about it.
And I was pretty sensitive when I wrote the articles. I covered everything. I went to everybody, got the replies back, and I had a really big debate on it. Should I print the comments that were yelled at the kids or not? I decided not to. If you want to find those out, ask the schools that participated. Right. If they feel like they need to do that. But they were not very nice, Matt.
No, and there's no need for it. It's horrible in this day and age that, and I'm not naive enough to think people don't feel that way in some places, but there's no need to be chanting things, that's for sure. That's horrible.
And we're not blaming everybody in the Elkhorn school system.
Right.
It was probably
a few bad apples, but yeah.
They got the attention. We reported it. That's it. Hopefully that's going to turn out good.
Yep.
I hate downer stories, but that's part of life, I guess. Hey, thanks for joining us today. Enjoy today. I don't know if they hope. I got the Star Wars DVD. We watched it.
There you go.
Yeah, I'm going to watch the deleted scenes today.
Yeah, I got to do some of that.
Yeah, Stateline Sports Hour. We'll see you next week here on News Talk 1440 WROK.